Hi everyone, it's Danielle, and this is my entry for day 51 of my 100-day video blog. And I want to now talk about a topic of relationships and interpersonal dynamics. Throughout my life, I have had many critical, close, intimate relationships which have been extremely unbalanced or imbalanced. And I really grew up being a people pleaser. And what that means is that I was raised and conditioned to make sure that everybody felt more comfortable than me. Like somehow I felt like it was my job to ensure that everybody had what they needed, was happy, and that it was all my responsibility. So I would give and give and give and give. Now, a lot of that was rooted in trying to gain the acceptance and love from people that I loved. So I would seek approval from my mother and want her affection and her emotion. So I would try to be a good girl. I would try to do what she wanted. I would go above and beyond. I would get the straight A's. I wasn't just a good dancer. I was like the best dancer. I didn't just swim. I would be like beating all the boys. I would go for the medal, like over the top, over, because I would seek approval and acceptance and love because my conditioning was that it was required in order to receive love. I had to give and I had to earn it. So the dynamics was that I learned throughout my life to always give and give and give, and that my needs were less important. So it wasn't balanced reciprocally in a balanced and healthy way. Instead, it was very like codependent. Like I would I would overextend and overextend, but then I'd be willing to accept less. And just my actions, by permitting that, perpetuated that cycle. So I was always giving, and letting other people know that I was okay with taking less because that's what I felt I deserved. And then it led to so many imbalanced relationships in family dynamics, in my marriage, in work environments where I would overperform and over-deliver and allow other people to take credit for work that I did. Meanwhile, I'd be burning the midnight oil and working around the clock like a dog, depleting myself, and then other people would like waltz in and take credit for it. And I'd be like, oh yeah, we did it. No, we didn't. I did it. But I did this. And I permitted it. And for a long while, like I did fall victim to it, but you can't be a victim if you're permitting it. So I have to own my responsibility in allowing it. And then years ago, I finally had enough when I had my my low points and my fatigue and my burnout, and I just couldn't. I had nothing else to give. That I finally started learning to prioritize myself and say, no, I do want that balanced reciprocity. I do want equal relationships. So like I'm happy to do things for you, but I also expect equal give and take because that's healthy dynamics. So that leads to very uncomfortable shifts and adjustments within relationships, because if somebody's accustomed to you always giving, and them always taking, as soon as you stop giving, then they're like, what's going on? You're different. You're weird. You're cold. Well, no, I'm not. I'm just standing up for myself. So it's reestablishing boundaries and guidelines that previously had been imbalanced. And quite honestly, speaking truthfully, I've lost many people from my life as a result of those adjustments. But I am better off for it because I finally am valuing my own self-worth and expecting to receive the same type of care and relationship that I give. So it's not that I ever give with strings attached or with expectation. However, if I give out of the goodness of my heart at a certain level and somebody takes that for granted or doesn't reciprocate and is very selfish, then I'm just going to stop giving in that manner because it's not being reciprocated. So it's really interesting though, because as I establish new relationships and date new people or meet new friends and I establish new relationships, what I've noticed is because of the way that I had been raised, I now have a level of mistrust. Even though I'm attracting all of these people that are genuine and good and want to do nice things for me in that reciprocal manner, I still am very guarded in saying like, what's their agenda? And I'm learning to let down my walls and be more trusting, because my natural instinct is to say, that's not genuine, they want something. Or what, I'm waiting for the shoe to drop. Because usually if somebody acts so nice, they want something. Historically, from past experiences. So when you're going through transformation and change, it's a very uncomfortable process because you have to establish new comfort levels and really put yourself outside your comfort level to learn how to trust other people. And basically saying like, I'm going to give you my trust. I'm going to give you my heart, and please don't hurt it. Please don't hurt me. And that can be scary for a lot of people. I know it is for me. And learning that there are good people that do have your best interest at heart, that don't want something from you, but they just want to genuinely do something nice for you. That does exist. And I know that I do that for other people, so why shouldn't other people do that for me? Coming to terms with that and really being comfortable with trusting that in my everyday actuality is it's an adjustment. So I just want to acknowledge it, because a lot of people feel it, but they don't speak about it. And it is, when you go through these changes, you have to relearn how to live in healthier ways. Because I knew that the old way was not healthy, but I had to learn healthy ways and then make that feel comfortable. Because what felt safe for me was the dysfunction and was the unhealthy ways. Like, that feels comfortable to me because it's what I know, but it's not what I want. So in transformation and change, you have to be willing and open to put yourself outside of your comfort zone and be kind to yourself and honor how you're feeling. But to know that there are people that do want to do good things for you. And if you're a good person and you're putting yourself out there, then you will attract and meet other like-minded people that want the same. But use discernment in that, because you don't want to be taken advantage of. So it's just, it's a process. It's a process. But if you practice every day, it becomes more comfortable and more easy to be accepting of people offering kindness and service and that reciprocal level of care and interaction. So have a great day. I would love to hear your perspective on this. If you have any tips or experiences, definitely please contribute. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks. Bye.